We not code. What the fuck?
Ladies, would you encourage your daughter to go after a higher education, or would you recommend she pursue marriage?
Higher education.
Absolutely.
Both.
Hold on. This is very telling.
Both.
Hold on. Wait.
You got
If you had to pick one, higher education or marriage?
Higher education.
Higher education.
Higher education.
Higher
Marriage.
education.
Marriage.
How's the marriage looking like?
That's true.
Like, I gotta see both ends. Like, if she's gonna marry a bum, I wouldn't say.
Let's say it's a guy that fulfills her requirements and could take care of her.
Marriage with a
Say that.
prenup.
Okay, so
Marriage.
marriage.
I think benefits
You
the
say
woman.
the marriage? Okay.
I think our world right now. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
you're
don't
good.
apologize.
You said if he's higher up in the world. like,
well,
he
I mean, he could
provide.
take care of her. We'll put it that way.
Marriage, you can go to college.
I
so
may
young.
stick to marriage.
So what would you tell her to pursue? The marriage or the higher education?
Actually, I changed my mind.
No, I mean, I've seen
Please let her talk.
I've seen a lot of marriages fail, so I don't know. I feel like I would choose higher education.
Okay.
I think
I
the
would
world
too,
needs.
actually.
I think the world
Change my
needs
mind.
more educated people right now versus marriage because we're destroying this planet. So we need to
No, nigga, simply you can't fix
I
stupid.
feel like
I changed my
do a
mind
better job and be a
Well,
little
we
bit
have
smarter.
more educated,
education.
more educated people now than ever before. The most college graduates ever, but the economy is
there's
in the worst
no-
that it's ever been.
Yeah, definitely.
So does education really save the world?
No, but it develops our critical thinking skills. It develops our critical thinking skills.
What I've
I
come
feel
to
like
realize is that
situations develop that.
I've come
With
to realize
me, universally develop my critical thinking skills.
So that's an individual.
you failed
thing.
earlier when we gave you a
Everything's about
critical thinking
opinion.
skill situation with why a woman needs to like a man more.
How did I fail when I allowed you guys to just continue with the conversation because everyone didn't miss my point, or everyone missed
Because
my
the
point?
You didn't make
topic
a
was
point.
it was dragged along. Nobody remembered the original topic.
Do you want me to put the point now?
No, we're good.
No,
Okay,
No,
then why did
we're
we address
far-
that?
We're far.
Then why did we
back
address
past
it?
that.
Don't do that if we're not going to address the point that we're addressing.
No, I'm
What's
just
the
saying
point?
you think you're saying that it helps with
What?
critical thinking skills, and what I'm saying is that what I've come to realize is that
Hi.
like with educated women, their critical thinking skills don't necessarily go up. I mean, just now you try to make that argument, and I explained to you why the woman needs to like the man more, and you're still like, oh, but I gave you a logically sound explanation as to why the woman needs to like the man more
I
for the
accepted your
relationship.
opinion.
Critical thinking.
Okay, here's a
Just watch the video
critical
about it.
here's a critical thinking thing. Okay, so they
I would argue it's more along the lines of a fact because everything that I stated was statistics that back up why I came to that conclusion.
Everything is purely subjective in any point of the view. And even if you're going to add statistics, if you want to put the best one, who is the happiest and healthiest subgroup of our population? It's unmarried and let's say wed. Well, unmarried, unwed
That's
is the same
propaganda to
thing.
keep women
How is it
single.
propaganda? Okay.
Can we talk
feminist-
about
It's
something
feminist
that-
propaganda
So
to
yours
keep
is fact
women.
and mine's
A little bit more
propaganda.
important.
Okay.
It's propaganda because
Yours
then
is
there's
fact
other
and mine's
studies.
propaganda.
Right, next.
Because then there's other studies that show that women that are unmarried and single for a long period of time also are the highest users of anti-anxiety medication, antidepressant medication.
What study was that? What year was that taken?
Well, they've
Mine
done
was
it-
in.
It's been going up since the since the
Cite your
70s.
sources.
It's been going up since the
Well, I'll
70s.
cite my sources. It's from a behavioral analyst in London. There's a man. He actually quoted by saying, if a woman decides to get married, then she probably should think twice, but a man that he should, because women who aren't married, who have children, actually live longer and are happier than our subgroups who
I'd be
are
pissed
married.
if I had a kid and I wasn't married.
Well,
Divorce is a thing. Divorce
hold on.
is a
So we're
thing.
gonna go to Rumble now.
Yeah, we can.
We're an hour over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. We'll switch over.
So
Yeah.
All right, guys, come on over to Rumble. Rumble.com/FreshandFit. Right now, we're going to switch on over and continue this conversation. Rumble.com/FreshFit. Come on over, ninjas. We're going to kill the YouTube stream now. And then we'll be back after on YouTube and Rumble for the IRL. Got y'all.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh, it's not. We're
Sorry,
done?
so
I thought
you-
we were just going to a different platform.
Yeah.
No, it's not
Okay.
over. It's not
Okay.
over.
Back
No,
to
what
this
I was saying
platform.
was we know that one of the biggest, predeterminers on female happiness and fulfillment is children and a family, not necessarily career.
What study have you took off that? Because not even studies, but the people that I have seen, they're tired, they're worn out, and they're dying a bit.
So you think
more.
women would prefer to work in the corporate world and make money and be childless and not have a family? You think women prefer that over
prefer
a
the-
family?
I understand that everything has a bit of privilege to it. So if a woman is privileged enough to make her own money, then of course that would be the safest and best option for them to live their life without a man or a child.
What are your studies coming from?
So the one that I was drawing, the happier, like the subgroup, is from a 2015 study from a behavioral analyst in London.
What's the article name?
It was by the, please don't allow me to forget now. It was the Herald. I have a screenshot of it if you would like to cite my source.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that all?
With the phones.
Just one study?
No. We can actually talk about it a bit more, but I don't want to take up too much time. There's about 9 more women here. So, do we have any
9?
opinions about?
I think there's.
I don't know how many
I
women
think
here, but
most women,
apparently I
if you
talk too
line them up
much.
and ask them career or children in the family, most women want children in the family over a career.
Why though?
Probably half and half.
Because what do we put on earth to do?
To procreate, I guess.
Okay.
Not
So if we're put on earth to procreate,
In the let's
don't
say
like
the
work.
Disney the
Yeah,
Disney realm of it is
Most
to
of it is
procreate.
jobs. I don't
But
like
I
to
feel
work.
like you can
I
actually.
think we're put on
Both of it
earth
is
to learn.
Yeah.
I feel
It's just
like
Really?
one of them
I
is a
feel like you are
lifelong
able to have your own
ability.
opinion about what you're put on this earth for. So if that is to make yourself happy or to make another person happy, whatever you feel like your mission is personally on this earth is what you should continue to strive for.
that's a very privileged 2023
I said it's
explanation.
privileged. I said it's privileged.
Human beings are put on earth to procreate. That's the main reason why we're here. That's why human beings are here. That's why we have that strong inkling to procreate, want to
A
have
sexual
sex,
desire.
etc.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all for having children. So what I'm saying is that when a woman, right, has a career and focus on making money, that actually hurts her ability to have children in a family.
But if she's happier within the study, then why does it matter if she's happier in the long run?
That's a minority. Most women want children in a family.
Most women.
Yeah.
So have,
That is the
so
ma- the
have you
majority.
spoke to
I
women who
don't.
have a children in the family? Have you spoke to them 10 years after? Are they upset? Are they distraught? Are they bitter?
I'll tell
Because
you
men
who's,
say
I'll
that
tell you
women
who's
are
more
bitter
bitter.
after like 25,
I'll tell
right?
you who's
so why
more
are they
bitter.
bitter?
The women that don't have children in a family. Because here's the thing.
Why?
No matter how old you are, you can always go back to school and start a career. But
You
when
can
you,
always adopt.
Yeah. Adoption
Nah,
is
I'm not
beautiful.
taking kids.
It's not your
Bruh.
kids.
But still, that's the
Yeah.
ego.
But I
That's
would
the,
love
that's
to
the
adopt a
ego. That's
foster
the ego.
child.
do you want to adopt children?
I do.
Now, mind you, I'm
I
saying
do.
if
Do
I
you
don't
want to adopt
to,
children?
I would adopt my favorite
No,
niece at this point.
but if you had a
You want
choice,
to,
would you
not
adopt
would
children
you.
or would you want your own biological children?
I would
in the
want to
euphoric
adopt.
world, in the euphoric world where we understand that the partners stay together, then yes.
You
But
want your
this-
own biological children?
In the euphoric
Okay,
world,
congratulations. Most women do too.
definitely.
So what I'm
'Cause it's
saying
a
is
story
that
we've been
since
told.
we know that, because here's the thing, you only have a finite amount of time to have children as a female.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Okay,
it's a biological
so
clock.
what I'm saying is that we brought plenty of women here that have cried on air
Oh, I hate
for
that.
choosing a career over a children in a family, because you can always go back to school and get education, but you can't always have a family.
But
I
black
think more
doesn't-
people
well, mind-
should.
mind you're not
I think more
family.
people should adopt. Actually.
Yeah, but mind you, not family, but it may even be is just partnership and
I think
companionship.
That's fantastic,
some
but
people
Why
are most
is it
people going to do
not?
that?
Kids.
I'm not.
My
Yeah.
family
If you're
has.
not
So,
fit
but
to
are
have a
most
My
people
child-
going to
family
do that?
has.
They're not.
No,
My
because they
favorite
probably
aunt
don't
is
have a big enough
produced
heart to
from
do that.
So you said you
Adoption.
feel like,
I
right?
love her to
Huh?
death.
I mean,
So you feel
My
like they should
fave.
adopt.
My heart is.
Yeah,
I-
because there's a lot of kids that need to be that
Adopt.
need homes that
But I
are
mean-
struggling and suffering in
It's
places.
also,
As a
it's
woman,
also very
there's a
difficult
different
for
bond,
the
yeah.
adoption. You know,
Process.
yes, thank you for the
Yeah,
adoption
completely.
process. It is such a
Oh, I
strenuous.
know. My
It
sister
is.
It's
adopted.
2-3 year, like
so
5-year process.
difficult.
obviously.
Yeah, it's
I
a very
also think-
difficult thing to go through. So some people even just give up at that point,
Some
or
people
they're
that
waiting
shouldn't-
forever, or they just never get to have that
Yeah,
child.
some people also just shouldn't
Definitely.
have kids.
I
and
agree.
Also,
And then there
Um,
wouldn't have to be that problem of these children also being put up for adoption. I mean, given there are some
Not all
instances
of
where
it,
like,
yeah.
oh my
Yeah.
God, both the parents died. That's pretty fucked. Then
I
Like,
think
if they
that
don't have
I
somebody
think that the
else.
system is very broken when it comes to adoption,
It
and
is.
it needs to be completely fixed and it needs to be redone because it's terrible.
The point is,
Yeah.
if a family have to choose to have kids, they
Yeah.
want their own kids, right? Bottom line. That's the
Right.
whole point.
Biologically, we are designed to
wanna
perpetuate the
have- yeah.
species,
Yeah.
right? So
and there's a
biologically,
different
we
type
Why?
of bond
would
that
wanna-
comes with having your own child.
Yeah,
being
definitely.
pregnant, experiencing
That
those
skin-to-skin
hormones and stuff.
contact
There's a
after
diff-
birth.
there's a
So
whole
typically
But what
on,
if it's your
on the
surrogate,
show,
too? I love your
whenever there's
point.
career women that come on the show, they're like, you know what, I had a great career, it was amazing, travel, all the fun stuff. But eventually they're like, damn, you know what, I'm getting older, I'm not enjoying this with anybody but myself, cats and dogs. That's not fulfilling.
No,
is
it
very
isn't.
dissatisfying, and ultimately they want family and children
But you-
because at least they have peace and quiet and happiness with that family versus a
Keep
career.
them quiet.
Peace and quiet
You
with
make
the
money.
family.
But it's
No, I
not,
think there
it's
should be
not
a
every
balance.
woman
There
though,
should be
because
a
I know
balance.
women that are perfectly content with not having
Yeah.
children.
But let's be honest though, they say that in front of you, but when they get home alone, are they really
No.
happy?
Yeah, they
and
are.
actually, there's a study
But
that
the grass isn't greener on the other side, so
No,
you
they're
don't
not happy.
necessarily
They're-
know if a
they're
man,
drinking
or you don't
wine,
know if they're
they're on
like, oh my
drugs.
Drinking
God,
wine and
please go to
Don't
sleep.
dump
I need to
medicine.
use my
They're not
deliverable. You never
Like,
know what
children,
they're doing. on
children
the
fuck up
end
your
of the
body,
You
and
never
also
know.
they're needy
That's
and
so
they're
selfish.
annoying.
God,
That's
wow.
not
Well,
true.
to be real,
So
But guess what?
selfish.
Most people
Wow.
have children for selfish reasons because they want to produce
Sorry.
another era of themselves.
I
But
don't
at the end of
wanna
the day,
do
you're
that.
birthing
My
another
pussy's gonna be
character. That's
hanging
it.
loose.
You're
What's
just going to allow them
what's
to
more
do that.
selfish, not having kids or having kids?
I
See,
It's the point. No.
do you wanna
It's
have
the
kids?
reason. It's the reason why you have
Why does it
children.
have to be
So if you
selfish
feel
versus
like
not
you're like,
selfish?
oh,
Because you brought it
I,
up.
if it's like I, so I'll be a great mom, I'll be able to do this, I'll be able to do that, that's selfish, because at the end of the day, I think a lot of parents want to put their characteristics or what they weren't able to accomplish on their children. And another point is more so of like, oh, who's going to take care of me when I'm older? However, if you have a child that says, or you have a child and you say to yourself, hey, you know what? I have accomplished my life. I did the things on my list, and I am able to put my energy in this other person, right? Wholeheartedly. However, that is a privilege and a luxury that a lot of women aren't able to experience. So the fact that you say, I am 28, my frontal lobe is developed. If I want to have a child, I am going to ensure that my life is okay. So I don't look at my daughter that I have essentially created a better life for if you, as a woman, if you've done your job correctly, as you say, hey, you're going to date up, right? But at that point,
Not
it's
to
like,
cut you off.
are you going to be
I don't know
jealous of
what's-
your child? Are you going to be jealous of your child if they do better than you? And if so, then you shouldn't have a child until you, let's say, check off your list.
So I got the first part, but not the last part. You lost me there.
I know,
Yeah.
I
But
kind of
no-
did. I'm a little rambly. I apologize.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
have to
fine.
watch
But
it.
can you learn
The
something from it,
ultimate
ladies?
rule-
Because this isn't
the
a
ultimate
Barbie, and I
goal
want
here
us
is
to be
that, like,
Barbie.
At the end of the day, if you're a woman and you
Women
want
is
to have
women.
a fulfilling career, and that's cool and all, but we're just saying ultimately the woman wants to have a family at the end of the day. That's all we're saying here.
Two
No.
I
guys.
feel like at the end of the day, even if you say you don't want to
I'm
have a
confused.
family, like you said, like if you are successful and you have a good career at the end of the day, who are you gonna leave it to? You
Exactly.
don't. If you're really being successful and having like generational wealth and really building something, what's the point of building it and then being
Having
here
nobody
and
to
then
have it
We are
Yeah.
designed to
Nieces,
perpetuate the
nephews.
species, guys. That's it.
Nieces and nephews. I think that's a story that we tell each other, just like Disney princesses. We don't have any Prince Charmings out
Well,
here.
like I said earlier, if you're looking back at,
We
at
don't, do we?
animalistic
Some
views,
who's a Prince
you know,
Charming?
all
You wouldn't be
mammals-
here.
You
if two
wouldn't-
people didn't have sex.
No,
and
definitely.
made
No, no, no. I'm
yourself.
not saying
on the
that.
earth to
I give
procreate.
all kudos to my
Biology.
parents. I give all kudos to my parents. They have done a selfless act. But in my foundation, am I able to be selfless at 28?
I thought you
No.
said
So why
so
would I have
do
a
you feel
child?
fit
you
to be a
Missing the
mother?
point.
Wait, real
That's
quick.
a good point.
Do you want kids?
No,
Why?
because I'm selfish. I don't want kids. I like the life that I have.
Same.
I mean, not saying
Same.
maybe in the future I'll change my mind.
But right now,
but
same.
now I'm good.
So if you met a guy,
Mhm.
successful, your average, I want to say ideal type, and he said,
Mhm.
you know what, let's get married and have kids, you would say no?
Um,
Right
like
now?
right now.
right now,
Right now?
I would say no.
I mean, you're
Right
28
now,
right
I'd say
now.
no. I'm
You're 28.
28.
Yeah,
I'm
you got no
28.
time left.
No
Damn.
time left.
No
No, but
time
she's
left for
28.
me.
She's
Let's go
almost
back to our
30.
study. Let's go back
she
to our
has-
study.
She
We're
has no
happier.
man.
Do you want kids?
Yeah,
How many do you want?
like 3.
I love that.
Do you have like an age you want to have kids?
Like 28.
28? How old
I
are you now?
love
Like her
that.
age. 21.
21?
Yeah, wait until you're 25. Your frontal lobe will develop.
Actually,
so you
wait
can
till
pick your
you're.
partner.
Oh my God.
You can
Pick your
wait till
partner.
you're
You pick your
32.
partner.
Yo, let them talk, man.
God,
What about
damn,
you,
PR? Relax.
Mr. Bizzle, do you want kids?
Yes.
How many?
2 or 3.
By what age?
Next year.
Wait, how old are you now?
31.
Yeah, you need to do it now, nigga. All right. Do you want kids?
By next year, you're gonna. Okay.
Yeah.
3 kids.
No, say it, bro. Say it.
Say it.
Do you want kids?
Yeah.
How
yeah, I
many?
want kids. No more than 2. Probably. Nah, honestly, I wouldn't put a number on it. Realistically, I'm not trying to be popping out a litter over
five.
here. but you know,
That'd be a
I have a
little
couple
cute.
kids. I don't want kids though until I find someone that I feel like is that. You know,
Somebody could
yeah.
settle down with.
Yeah.
It doesn't even need to be like yes, but also just someone who I could see myself actually building with and creating.
So
that
you want kids?
foundation, creating
Nice
Yeah.
character.
Okay, cool.
Have you met a guy that you would say might be a, I guess, a good candidate or no? So far?
Eh,
I
Yeah.
would rather not answer that question.
Oh shit. Okay, that's a different question for a different day. What about you? Do you want to have kids?
Like at this point in my life, no. Like I'm not desiring that. It doesn't sound appealing to me. I'm selfish like her. I like my life. I like my freedom. I think freedom is like the most important thing to me actually in the entire world. So a child sounds like it would take a lot of my freedom away. If a man could provide me with a nanny and different things, then there's a possibility. But I don't want to be stuck to a child and not ever having time for myself.
So if you had a wealthy man and a caretaker for the kid, you would definitely do one.
Maybe.
I feel like that's not even worth it for the kid. What
Why?
time?
Hold on.
What, like,
But you
This-
just said
this is-
something
this
about
is
adoption.
her future.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you want kids?
At this moment, no.
Please
What?
don't.
Please don't. You say please don't? Okay, well, I'm going to say the same thing to you. Please don't. That hurts. But no, not at this moment.
Why?
I feel like I'm not at the stage where I'm ready for a child.
Isn't that selfish?
Is it selfish to have one when you're not ready?
What's more selfish?
To have them when you're not ready?
I agree.
I would call that
I
just
mean,
not
my
being
parents
prepared.
were
But
ready. I feel
Not
like I
being-
came out
Well,
pretty
yeah, I
good.
accept that I'm not prepared. I just told you that I wasn't
How do
prepared.
you know when you're ready?
okay.
Who's to say
You want
when you're
kids?
ready?
Yeah.
A
Honestly,
bit more than
no,
that, honey.
I don't.
She's waiting for us. to have a kid.
Yeah, she wants us.
I would have a kid. Like if my brother doesn't have a kid, I would have a kid to keep our bloodline and, like I said, like our success and all our stuff
Mhm.
to the next generation. I would, but no, I don't want a kid. It's a lot of work, and it's just this world kind of sucks, and I would be very. I would have to find the right person and the right man and the right situation for me to have a kid, and the odds of that are
Slim to none.
slim to none. So I'm.
So tell me, what are you doing to find a man? Because right now you're in Miami with your girl. So are you?
Hey.
Does your man wanna?
I mean, my a man is not like my top priority. Like my top priority isn't like let me go get married and like
Oh, well.
find a kid. It's really to just like build up like I have like a business and all like my career and make sure I'm successful. So then when all the successes and the businesses and everything is in line, then I can worry about
Nah,
having a kid and then teaching my kid how to do this.
You'll
and
be
this,
single
that.
at 35, man. I'll tell you right now.
And so focus on you before you focus
It's
on
right.
somebody
that's
else.
I'm praying my
That's-
brother's gonna
that's
have the
not
kid. It's okay.
Okay. I'll
Okay.
take
Last
it.
but not least, you want kids?
In the future. In the
Wait.
future, I would. Probably
Roughly.
around like 27-ish, 28.
Any I want to say
I won't.
no requirements from this man, like before you have kids with him. Anything that like stands out?
Yes.
Somebody with a drive. I want a man with a drive. If you don't feel like you want to do much in life, you rather sit at home, do nothing. I mean, given this isn't just because he's a man, because I want to drive too. I want to be successful. I want to do things for myself, but not only for myself, but for another person. So if we're together and we're going to have a child with each other, I would want both of us to be working hard for that child. And I want to feel stable in that relationship. I want to make sure that we can both provide for said child or children, depending on how many.
I have a question.
Okay. Go.
Well, when do you guys think it's like the right time to have a kid with somebody? Like I feel like now,
In
for the
terms
most
of how
part,
long?
I see, like now I feel like in this generation, it's always like people get together and whether it's accidental or on purpose, whatever, they have a kid and then it turns into the bitter baby mom, baby dad situation where nobody likes each other and now
It's not always the case.
I feel
though.
like I
No,
already
I'm
have
not-
a
I'm not saying
child
that
right
that's
now, and
always
it's
the
Mother
case.
Earth. And
I think whenever
we
you're
need
able to take care of yourself.
We need to take care of.
I think whenever you're able to take care of
Child.
yourself and your child on your own, that's when that's when you should be able to do it.
This is just very telling
And
because
maybe that should be it's a scarcity
it's
mindset,
apparent-
but I feel like that's
it's apparent that like
mentioned.
you guys want to have kids with the right guy, understandable.
the right
However, your
circumstance.
requirements are so high. I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Okay, well your requirements are so low. I mean, what the hell?
Exactly.
What is high
didn't say my
about the
requirements.
requirement?
I know, but
Yeah, I mean,
because
still, like, who are you? to
What's
tell
high
someone
about
who's
wanting
that
somebody to
bad,
be able
you
to
know?
provide for a child along with you?
yeah.
No. Think about it, right? Most of you are almost 30 or getting there. Well, not
Yeah,
almost.
Yeah,
21.
almost 30. That's
I'm
okay.
21.
Um,
I'm
I,
23.
I
Yeah.
accept
Baby.
that. Almost 30 train.
But then some of you say, you know what? You don't want kids, period. Which is
Pardon?
fine, by the
Yeah,
way. It's your
that's-
choice. But I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
what are we here to do as men and
As
women?
men to like change the perspective of women to have children.
I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying,
Huh?
what are you
No,
what are
I'm
you here to
saying
do?
I feel like okay, well maybe my answer was a question or an answer in itself. So I think if men address their lowest form of ego and their lowest form of self, women would be a bit more open to have children in this day and age. I don't know if that's for everyone, but for me, because I think
Yeah.
that the ego of men and the, let's say, traits that they're not necessarily willing, generalization, if they're not necessarily willing to approach for themselves, it's hard for a woman to find that attractive because most of the time, after a certain age, women are emotionally developed. So if you don't have any a bit, like a small ounce of emotional empathy, or even know that you need to expand your emotional empathy, then why would I take myself off the market and put myself in the form of a mother and a baby mother for a man who hasn't or isn't willing to overcome his lowest points?
Don't you have a man?
I do, but
So-
I'm still not gonna have a marriage. What?
What?
I'm still not gonna have a baby by him. You wanna know why?
What the
Because
fuck?
I'm not
Damn.
financially inept to give the life of my child that I want for me. And at the end of the day,
You just say a
marriage.
successful entrepreneur?
You
Politician?
did.
He is. He is. But is this a wedding ring or just like a promise ring? Is there signatures on contracts, or there aren't? There isn't. So at the end of the day, if there isn't anything to protect me as a ring or a contract, a marriage contract, then why would I have a child with you if I know right now
You
that
have
I'm
the
not
state.
that I am not able to give my child the life that I want to give them by myself? Now, mind you, that may be a scarcity mindset or what have you. However, I am not going to say I am going to give my older years to be young or have a facelift or do all this and all that for a man to want me
All right.
after a baby.
Okay, so very interesting.
Do you think that? Do you think that
the
anybody?
question?
Divorce
The question was
Amish?
education or children.
But do you think that
Um,
anyone should be having children right now if we can't even take care of our own planet properly?
What the fuck?
Or ourselves properly?
Like, do you,
That's a great
do you guys,
question.
have you guys traveled much and have you seen what's been going on with
In
the
the world?
ocean and with our planet? Like, have you seen
Or
any
even
of that?
bricks?
Listen, my front yard is
You
okay.
do realize that like depopulation, right?
I'm not talking about
Hunger
depopulation.
So
Games.
what are you talking about?
I'm just talking about
Global
the fact
warming.
that no, I'm not talking about global warming at all.
Dolphins.
No.
What are you talking about then?
I'm talking about the ocean. The
Don't make her
ocean.
sound idiotic because you don't get her point.
No,
The
I mean-
ocean is very important for the Earth, obviously, right? Like
It
it's
is.
the Earth is covered in 70% water.
Definitely.
The ocean will be fine.
I have a
Yeah, but
question
not
for the
if
guys.
not if we keep pulling minerals out
This is
of it
such
and
a
not
crazy
putting
stretch.
anything
We're
back.
over here talking about education or family, and she's over here talking about the ocean.
Wait,
Bruh.
Yeah, but we're
This is
bodies
fucking
of
crazy.
water.
That's
This is
education.
We're bodies
crazy,
of
bro.
water.
That's education.
This is crazy.
The ocean.
The
Yeah.
ocean.
Purged.
We're talking about education or family. She's over here talking about fucking
ocean.
Well,
ocean.
that's fine.
Wait.
That's
All
fine
right.
because
So-
I have a
something.
mission
All right.
and purpose, and I want to serve and
Fantastic.
protect the
Save
water.
the animals.
Listen,
Okay,
I like
protect the ocean.
That's
I want to
Um,
ask
I'm always
something,
going to use
guys.
my voice for the ocean, and more people should too.
I wanna ask-
Fantastic.
shout out to the
Um,
Dolphins, man.
So,
Which ocean?
Question.
what I'm trying to say here is this is very interesting, and it's actually very alarming too. Feminism is here, guys. I mean, the girls' answers just tell you guys everything that you need to hear. Most of them would prefer to pursue a career in education over a family, and that's fine. But what they don't tell you is the dark side of you wanting to. Something wrong?
No, it was empty.
Can we get rid of the cups, guys? Here.
Sorry, guys. That was me, huh?
Yeah.
Guess I won't have this.
So what I was gonna say was, feminism has fooled you guys. So you got to pick one. But what I would say is, I think girls should get married as young as possible, and when they're most attractive, so that they can get the highest caliber guy that they can possibly get. Because as you get older and you get more educated, etc., you're gonna want that guy. You're gonna demand that guy, but he might not want you back. Because the guys that have options that are attractive that meet these requirements that you want, they might not want an older woman that's career oriented and masculine and I am educated and I could tell you this and I'm a
about to
boss
go
too.
get married next
We don't
week.
want that shit.
I'm
So-
starting right
I
now.
have a
I
question.
wanted
grind
to
starts
ask
right now.
something, guys.
So ask yourself this question. Are you willing to forego a family and children for your career? If the answer is yes, then cool. But what I am telling you also is this. You're also in your 20s, right? Some of you. And you don't know that when you're 35, 36, 37, you're really going to start to regret it and you won't be able to go backwards. Women only have a finite amount of time to find a man and get the most attractive man they can. And guess what? We care a lot about your age. We will never admit this shit, but we care a lot. We want girls in their fucking 20s for a reason. Because they're hotter, they're younger, they're tighter. That's
why
what it is.
grown
It's
men be
biology.
Going for them children.
Just like you want a man that's
Barely
older,
legal.
smarter, with more money. We want a girl that's younger, more fertile,
We gotta
less
start
bodies,
right
less
now.
experience. That's
Break
what
it
men
down
want.
right now.